Indeed, the sounds of Master Plan there with I'm Not Afraid. We like our epic music here on Blue Please. I think it kind of defines the show in a way. Something arousing, but not in a bad way. It arouses the spirit, not the penis. Anyway, someone asked a while back that I get myself new background music because apparently the same old thing was getting boring. So I did. I've created you a new background track, and that shall now be incorporated into the Blue Please show. Might get a few more in the process. Anyway, coming up shortly, I'll bring you one of our features for tonight, and I think it'll probably be Ask the Murloc. If you don't know what Ask the Murloc is, let me put it this way, it puts the word agony back into agony, and... Anyway, events. Events seem to be on the horizon right now. No, seem to be about it, they are on the horizon. The Black Moon Fair is coming very soon. And it looks like there's some kind of fireworks event. Now, this has only recently come up on the World of Warcraft page, so I'm not 100% on what the heck's going on. I would assume it's some kind of dev-driven fireworks display. Whether or not there are going to be any fireworks available to buy, or there'll be new fireworks recipes incorporated into the game, I really don't know. But there's a lovely screenshot of some fantastic fireworks, some of which, as far as I'm aware, are not available in the game. I mean, on the screenshot on the World of Warcraft page, I see the Snake Bloom fireworks there, the blue fireworks, the red fireworks. Hopefully there'll be some new fireworks. That would be quite fun to see. And of course, the Dark Moon Fair, I've got a little bit of news about that. Seems someone has managed to compile a list of the trinkets you can get for collecting the cards. Set of cards. Now, let's see it. Let's see if we can find it. No, it's disappeared. Fantastic. I had a list. Oh, dear. I really had a list of all of these fantastic trinkets. But let me put it this way. They're epic trinkets. And if you can get hold of the entire set of cards, then you get an epic trinket. There's a different trinket for each class. So, if the person who actually sent me the link could send it over to me, that would be appreciated. Now, I've just been informed from a reliable source that they're going to be releasing some new fireworks. Apparently you can buy some fireworks in Booty Bay, and there are going to be new ones, aside from the usual, which are, of course, the red, which you get in Ogrimmar, the blue you get in Ironforge, the green you get in Ratchet, and the Snake Bloom, which you get from completing quests down in Feralus. More fireworks are always good, in my opinion, as are more events. I think it's a very, very good way of adding content to the game without necessarily adding stuff which requires grinding or leveling. And I think they're a good idea. Some people may say, oh, they're a little bit care-bearish, but as far as I'm concerned, you need to lighten up a little bit. This is not the most competitive game on the planet. You are not playing a Korean competitive solo MMORPG where the sole aim of everything is to level. Level, and level really hard. It's not that. That's not the way the game is played, and to be honest, you should be having fun while doing it. And stuff like this really adds to the character of the world. Even if you're not a role player, I'm a PvPer. Therefore, I am a slavering 13-year-old spotty freak that wants to kill everything in sight and lol all the way home. However, I appreciate this kind of thing, and I think you should too. The idea of adding events to the game is a good way of keeping the world alive and stopping it from becoming stagnant. And I think, to be honest, they should have an entire team dedicated to just this kind of thing. More events, folks. More events, Blizzard. That would be my call to you. Now, I've managed to get all of the Dark Moon Fair cards. A warning that these may not necessarily be legitimate or accurate, so don't flame me if they turn out to be wrong. Now, apparently this is what you can get by collecting the cards in the Dark Moon Fair. You get epic trinkets. Now, the Warlock trinket is called the Blessing of the Black Book, and apparently it empowers your pet, increasing pet damage by 100% and increasing pet armor by 100%. This spell will only affect an imp, succubus, voidwalker, or fell hunter, so no super, mega, uber demons, the Doom Guard, or of course the Infernal there. Hunter gets something called Arcane Infused, which infuses you with arcane energy, causing your next arcane shot fired within 10 seconds to detonate at the target. The arcane detonation will deal 185 to 215 damage to enemies near the target. And the mage will get something called the Mind Quickening, and apparently it, oddly enough, quickens the mind. Well, That was interesting. And it increases the mage's casting speed by 25% for 20 seconds. Nice stuff there. I'm wondering, though, whether or not that's going to stack with the Troll Berserking, which, of course, increases casting speed. That'll be interesting to know. Druids. Druids get something called the Metamorphosis Rune, apparently, and it decreases the mana cost of all Druid shape-shifting forms by minus 100% for 20 seconds. But now, that isn't very good, is it, really? I think, to be honest, compared to the trinket so far, it's pretty weak. So hopefully they'll give a few buffs to that one. The Priest gets the Gift of Life. It heals yourself for 15% of your maximum health and increases your maximum health by 15% for 20 seconds. The Rogue gets something, but we don't have a name for it yet. Apparently it increases the chance to apply rogue poisons to your target by 30% for 20 seconds. A few more left. The Paladin gets the Blinding Light, which energizes a Paladin attack by 25% for 20. DPS for the Paladin, always good. Shaman, nature aligned, aligns the shaman with nature. Ooh, that's surprising. Increasing spell damage by 20%, improves healing effects by 20%, and increasing the mana cost for spells by 20%. So we're looking at arcane power there for shamans in a trinket form. Finally, the warrior gets the Aegis of Preservation, which gives you a 500 armor buff and heals 35 damage every time you take ranged or melee damage for 20 seconds. Nice stuff, very good for tanks there. And apparently that is what happens if you turn in a full suite of cards to the Darkmoon Faire. Now, people have been asking, where does the Darkmoon Faire appear? How often does it appear? Well, I have that information for you also. Let's pull it up for you. Come on, internet connection. Here we go. Aeonix. Blizzard poster on the American forums has provided the information that at the beginning of each month, the Darkmoon NPCs will begin setting up their tents in either Mulgore or Elwyn Forest. The setup process takes a few days, after which the fair will be active for players to visit. The Darkmoon Fair lasts for a week before leaving town. It changes locations between Mulgore and Elwyn Forest each month. So, not like the Orphan quests, we're actually getting something that's going to last a while, which is cool. Apparently, the Darkmoon Fair NPCs are also available for all players to interact with, regardless of their location. However, Horde players and NPCs may not be as happy to see the Alliance wandering through Mulgore and vice versa. So, in other words, sorry about that, you can go to the Darkmoon Fair in either place, only one place is significantly more likely to get you ganked than the other. Should be fun, should be interesting. Anyway, the idea of events, good way of adding content. As far as I'm concerned, yes. We definitely need more content. But fun things. New quests only go so far as content goes. Now, people ask for a lot of high-level content, and what they mean by high-level content is quests and raids. Now, that gets a little bit samey. As far as I'm concerned, we need new things. And when it comes to new things, events are definitely the way to go. Anyway, people on the channel have been asking whether I read the channel. Yes, I do. Koei says at least he reads IRC when he's not too busy listening to his own voice. I don't listen to my own voice at all. I don't have headphones on or anything. I just assume I sound like an idiot. And I assume I do, and I think you people probably agree. Anyway, enough of me blethering on. There's another song coming up soon. 1:30 coming up right now. However, our first feature of the night. Those who have not listened to Ask the Murloc has evolved. The Murloc is a high-class Murloc, a high-class English Murloc, no less. And he's after your blood. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to WoW Radio. You're listening to Blue Please here with Total Biscuit. And this is the one, the only
Ask the Murloc.
Enjoy.
Ask the Murloc.
Dear Murloc, I was recently reading the US forums, and I have become sick of the whining bullshit that is constantly happening in that forum. I decided to click into the Euro forums, and what did I find? An improvement of maturity of 300%. Is there any way to switch to European realms?
2 weeks have passed and you thought you got rid of me, but not so, for it is I, the Murloc, ha-ha! Serve my will, or be destroyed. My dear Yankee friend, I couldn't possibly give you out that kind of information, inflicting an American upon the good people of Europe. Preposterous! It would be heresy. No, the Murloc has decided that after your failure to elect a competent president, rather than a warmongering chimp, that you silly colonials are unfit to govern yourselves, and as such, we are revoking your right to independence. Her Majesty's tax collectors will be over shortly to collect monies owed, backdated to 1776. Ha ha!
Ask the Murloc.
Dear Murloc, I wonder, why does it require such a high level for a hat? Why can't you get them earlier? Like level 10 you get a quest from a trainer to do something and get a hat for the quest. Why am I telling you this? 'Cause I love hats. And it's bad that you must be high level for a hat.
Foolish human! You are not worthy of the might of the hat! Do you not realize the hat's awesome destructive potential? Only I may wear the hat in my righteous quest to rid the world of your kind. Death to all those who want hats! They will not get them. I shall hoard them away from your puny eyes, and one day rain holy fire upon you all! Burn, mortals, burn! Ha ha!
Ask the Murloc.
Dear Murloc, I am almost a level 50 Night Elf Druid, and I still don't seem to know any real PvP tactics for a Druid besides rooting and spamming spells from a distance. What are some real Druid PvP strategies, besides the obvious route?
Yes, let me see. Rooting? Yes, spamming spells? Yes, that about covers it. Excellent, rooting and spamming spells. You have truly mastered the art of playing a Druid in PvP. If you really want to confuse them, however, may I suggest the following masterful ploy. Draw your opponent close to a body of water and then change into seal form. After doing this, proceed to club him with yourself. The opponent will be so confused by this ironic twist of events that he will wander off, not entirely sure that his understanding of the world is adequate anymore. Instant victory! Ha ha! Now get out of my house, you filthy, filthy scoundrels!